Hello and welcome, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. I am Pranay Upadhyay and tonight we bring you the prayers, lights, hope and joy that comes along Christmas and ahead of New Year. We will get you all that, but first let's watch the top stories. Bangladesh's former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia's political heir, Tarique Rahman, today landed in Dhaka after 17 years in exile, accompanied by his wife and daughter. His return sets the stage for the high-stake electoral battle, with the BNP set to play a key role in next year's poll. As the Awami League is unlikely to contest the elections because of the ban, positioning Rahman as the front-runner contender in the February 12, 2026 elections.
I have a plan for the people of my country, for my country.
A major political shift in Bangladesh. Tarique Rahman, the son of former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, returning to Dhaka after 17 years of exile in London. Upon arrival, he removed his shoes and reverently touched the soil of his homeland. The BNP leader and political heir of Khaleda Zia's party was greeted by a sea of supporters. He held a massive roadshow. Tarique Rahman then spoke with interim government advisor Muhammad Yunus. In his first address, Rahman recalled Bangladesh's liberation in 1971 and the mass protests of 2024. He condemned the murder of Osman Hadi, calling him a brave leader and promised that a new young generation will lead the country.
71 সালে আমাদের শহীদরা নিজের জীবন উৎসর্গ করেছিলেন এই রকম একটি বাংলাদেশ গঠনের জন্য। কয়েকদিন আগে এই বাংলাদেশের 24 আন্দোলনের এক সাহসী প্রজন্মের এক সাহসী সদস্য ওসমান হাদিকে হত্যা করা হয়েছে। ওসমান হাদি শহীদ হয়েছে।
Born in 1967, the son of former President Ziaur Rahman and Khaleda Zia, Tarique Rahman is the acting chairman of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party. He started his political career at 23 and led BNP in the 1991 elections. He fled Bangladesh in 2008, alleging persecution, and was convicted in absentia on charges of corruption. Tarique's return was once considered impossible, but anti-India sentiment, a change in government, and pardons have paved his way back. With thousands on the streets, tensions over attacks on Hindus and Hadi's murder, and not to mention elections looming in February, all eyes are on Tarique Rahman. With Ashutosh Mishra in Dhaka, Bureau Report, India Today.
In the last 18 months, India's eastern neighbor Bangladesh has witnessed major political upheaval and violent and turbulent phase of Bangladesh. Will Tarique Rahman be able to change the fate of Bangladesh? To discuss this issue, I am being joined by senior journalist Masood Karim from Dhaka. Welcome to show. And Mr. Karim, my first question to you. Today, BNP leader Tarique Rahman returned to Bangladesh after 17 years and he delivered a speech in which he said that he has come with a plan. However, at the same time, Bangladesh is witnessing deeply disturbing developments. You must have seen the reports of bomb blast in Dhaka that claimed a life and another incident of mob lynching of a Hindu man today. How do you see the current trajectory of unrest in Bangladesh? And will Mr. Tarique Rahman be able to change and implement the plan?
Thank you very much. Tarique Rahman return is a major event in Bangladesh's political landscape. You have seen that how many people, nearly millions, people has gathered to welcome him because of his party BNP has the long experience of running the country. In 1991 and 2001, her mother Khaleda Zia was prime minister. Before that, his father, President Ziaur Rahman, also ruled the country. So even you just mentioned that from the youngest time period, Tarique Rahman started the politics, and even during he was in exile, he has direct contact with his political committees, BNP committees through internet and other ways. So Tarique Rahman is a very, very, I will say, the mature politician right now. And what you have said, the political destabilization in the country, the stability is the key for Bangladesh's development. Everybody is
Absolutely,
saying
Mr.
that.
Karim. That remains a key issue. And as a close neighbor of Bangladesh, that remains a concern for India as well. But we have witnessed a new wave of attack on Hindu minorities. And even with the public assurances of unity, today even Tarique Rahman emphasized that the country belongs to Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, and Christians alike. Why isn't the interim government taking stronger measures to safeguard minority communities and especially Hindus? And how do you think Mr. Rahman will be able to deliver the unity he is promising?
I will say that Tariq Rahman is the only option right now to stabilize the country, to protect all the citizens, including Hindus and other minorities, because you have seen the recent development, the torching on the two major newspaper offices and other cultural Udichi, Shilpi Goshti,
Kayanot.
Payanot, everywhere. So that what he said, he actually remind the people of Bangladesh said that you have listened and you have known the Martin Luther King, the peacemaker of United States of America, who was the follower of Mother Teresa. So in Bangladesh, he said, in line with the Martin Luther King dialogue, which was the I have a dream, where in Tariq Rahman said, I have a plan for the people of Bangladesh, for the country like Bangladesh. So
Absolutely, Mr.
he's
Karim. This all sounds very good. But amid uncertainty surrounding the upcoming elections and the ban on Awami League, how fair do you believe that the polls will be? And would any such process where the Awami League, which still enjoys some kind of support in Bangladesh, will be seen and acceptable by the people of Bangladesh?
the current circumstance is very different. Current circumstance, actually, it has come in 2024, uprising led by student and participating all other parties. And they have, after this uprising, if you right now the Awami League is facing the temporary ban. It is not the party is not banned. The party is not banned, but activities are banned, and the registration from the election commission has
Okay.
postponed. It means Awami League is nowhere. Most of the leaders are in exile. In in the country, the who have the supporters, they are also
Mr. Masood,
on.
finally, I would like to ask you about the initiatives of stabilizing the India-Bangladesh relation, because we are seeing the current protests, the political instability in Bangladesh, and this is actually disturbing the India-Bangladesh relationship. Should we expect that the new elected government will bring back India-Bangladesh ties? Because we have a history of, India-Bangladesh ties during the Khaleda Zia regime and her government.
The India-Bangladesh relation, it is a neighboring country. Ups and downs is a common phenomena, what we have seen in the past. This time is not very good, I think. But during the Khaleda Zia's time, during the Zia Rahman time, the India-Bangladesh relation was good. And so I think if the Tariq Rahman became the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, the India-Bangladesh relation will be improved. So I hope this cooperation, in India, Bangladesh's foreign policy when was in BNP in power, and even right now the BNP leaders, all BNP leaders are saying that the friendship to all, malice to none, and they also always promise that the Indian, if they are an Indian concern of security, they
Absolutely,
will,
Mr. Karim. India and Bangladesh are not only joined by destiny, they are also joined by the longest border. And therefore, the good and cordial bilateral relations are very important for India and Bangladesh. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and giving us time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And moving on, let's talk about another conflict. Ukraine's war with Russia saw renewed fighting and sharp rhetoric over Christmas, as President Volodymyr Zelenskyy unveiled a new peace plan. Moscow reported battlefield gains and both sides exchanged strong statements, while the Kremlin reviewed US delivered proposal to end the conflict.
As Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy unveiled a draft 20-point peace plan for ending the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, Russia said its armed forces gained control over a settlement in Zaporizhzhia region in southeastern Ukraine, while Ukraine said on the same day that its armed forces attacked multiple Russian strategic infrastructure. The Russian Ministry of Defense said Ukrainian military industrial enterprises, energy facilities, transportation infrastructure, and temporary deployment points of Ukrainian troops and foreign mercenaries across 147 locations have been struck. In his Christmas address, Zelenskyy said Ukraine needs peace as citizens were marking Christmas in difficult circumstances.
Напередодні Різдва
On the eve before Christmas, the Russians once again showed who they really are. Massive shelling, hundreds of Shahed drones, ballistic missiles, Kinzhal missiles, everything was used. This is how godless people strike. This is what those who have nothing in common with Christianity or with anything human do. But we are holding on. We support one another. And today we pray for everyone on the front line to return alive, for everyone in captivity to come home.
один одного, і ми молимося сьогодні за всіх, хто на фронті.
Kremlin, meanwhile, is analyzing the documents on ending the war in Ukraine, which were brought to Moscow by Special Envoy Kirill Dmitriev from the United States.
Regarding the peace plan, we are analyzing what Dmitriev conveyed to Putin. We are analyzing this material, and then depending on the decisions made by the head of the state, we will continue our communication with the Americans.
The Kremlin responded to Ukrainian president's Christmas wish for President Putin.
Сьогодні мрія у всіх нас одна.
Today we all share one dream and we make one wish together. May Vladimir Putin perish. Each of us may think privately, but when we turn to God, of course, we ask for more. We ask for peace for Ukraine, we fight for it, and we pray for
Ми
it.
просимо ширше, просимо про мир.
We saw the report about Zelenskyy's truly strange Christmas address yesterday. It was uncivilized and embittered. He seems like an inadequate person. One wonders if he's capable of making adequate decisions towards a political and diplomatic settlement.
The comment also comes after a Russian general was killed by a car bomb. The Russian investigators suspect Ukrainian special services could have been behind the attack. The car was being driven by Lieutenant General Fanil Sarvarov, head of the Russian General Staff's Army Operational Training Directorate. Earlier, the Russian Defense Ministry released video of what is said to show airstrikes and troop movement in Rodnysk, Donetsk, Ukraine. With Mahashweta Lala, Bureau Report, India Today.
And now let's talk about another political acrimony, political difference being stretched too far. Former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan's aide Shahzad Akbar, was attacked in United Kingdom. Pakistan Tarique Rahman said that a 25 to 30-year-old punched Shahzad in the face, breaking his nose and jaws. Investigation is on as Shahzad is admitted in the hospital. And this incident took place after Shahzad Akbar gave a fiery public speech criticizing Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir. Meanwhile, the Pakistan regime has submitted an extradition request and document for Shahzad. Shahzad is a member of PTI and was an advisor to former Prime Minister Imran Khan. Imran Khan, along with his wife Bushra Bibi, have been sentenced to 17 years in prison in Toshakhana corruption case. Another case over submission of fake receipts related to Toshakhana gifts have also been registered against Bushra Bibi. Khan, who has been in jail since August 2023, is facing multiple cases after his ouster from power in 2022.
आसिफ मुनीर ने पिछले 3.5 साल पाकिस्तान का निजाम डर और खौफ से चलाने की कोशिश की, हमारे घरों के ऊपर हमला किया, हमारे प्यारों को उठाया, हमें उठाया, हमारे लीडरों को उठाया, हमारी खवातीन को उठाया, हर तरह का जुल्म किया कि हमारे अंदर डर और खौफ बैठ जाए। अगर वो कामयाब होता तो आज हम लोग यहाँ बड़ी तादाद में मौजूद ना होते। अगर वो कामयाब होता और उसका डर और खौफ फैल जाता तो पाकिस्तान में अडयाला के बाहर इमरान खान की 3 बहनें, शौकत खानम की बेटियां ना बैठी होती। इसका मतलब है वो नाकाम हो गया। अब मैं आपको खुशखबरी देता हूँ कि डर और खौफ किस में फैला है? डर और खौफ उस शख्स में फैला है जो आज भी वर्दी के नीचे वेस्ट पहन के आता है, बुलेट प्रूफ वाली, जिसने अपने लिए ताउम्र अस्तना लिखवा लिया है। डर और खौफ तो तुम्हारे अंदर है। कल तो पाकिस्तान के मौलवियों ने भी फतवा दे दिया कि ये गैर शरई है। तो अब देख लो कि तोपें, गोलियां, खाले सब कुछ होने के बावजूद डर और खौफ इतना है कि ये ओवरसीज पाकिस्तानियों की आवाज उन ऐवानों तक ना पहुंच जाए जहां ये आप ही के टैक्स के पैसों के लाखों डॉलर खर्च करके अपने लिए लॉबिंग कराता है। लेकिन डरता किस चीज से है? ओवरसीज पाकिस्तानियों की आवाज से। आपकी आवाज कहां पहुंचती है? आपकी आवाज IMF तक पहुंचती है, आपकी आवाज कॉमनवेल्थ सेक्रेटेरिएट पहुंचती है, EU तक पहुंचती है। इसको अपने GSP स्टेटस की भी फिगर पड़ी हुई है। ये यूरोप आता है और कहता है मुझे पॉलिटिकल मीटिंग्स चाहिए। पॉलिटिकल मीटिंग्स होती हैं कि जब वहां के इलेक्टेड लोगों के साथ वर्दी पहन के बैठे, वो इनकार कर देते हैं।
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the test firing of a long-range surface-to-air missile at a launch site near its east coast, according to still images aired by the state television, KRT. The still photographs aired by the KRT showed the missiles blasting into the air with flame as Kim looked into binoculars while officials applauded. The test, aimed at assessing the nuclear-armed country's strategic technology for developing a new type of high-altitude missile, destroyed target in the air from 200 kilometers away. Kim also observed construction work at a separate site on an 8,700-ton nuclear-powered submarine capable of launching surface-to-air missiles. Kim's daughter was also seen along with him. The submarine project is part of North Korea's effort to modernize the country's navy. And let's see what else is making news across the globe in World at a Glance.
The US Justice Department has found more than 1 million more documents potentially tied to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, delaying full release for weeks while officials redact details to protect victims. President Trump's administration began releasing files related to criminal investigation of Epstein, the late American financier who was friends with Trump in the 1990s, to comply with the law passed by Congress last month. A group of 14 countries issued a joint statement strongly condemning Israel's decision to establish 19 new settlements in the occupied West Bank and warning that such moves violate international law. The joint statement was co-signed by Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, Iceland, Ireland, Japan, Malta and Netherlands, Norway, Spain and the United Kingdom. Turkish authorities have detained 115 suspected Islamic State members they said were planning to carry out attacks on Christmas and New Year celebrations in the country. Istanbul police obtained information that Islamic State members have planned attacks in Turkey against non-Muslims in particular during Christmas and New Year celebrations. US President Donald Trump hosted a dinner on Christmas Eve in the ballroom of his Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach. Earlier, Trump participated in NORAD Santa track a phone call and held a video call in US service personnel around the world.
Christmas is meant to unite people through faith, family, and tradition. But across Europe, the far right is reclaiming the festive season as a symbol of identity and resistance, turning carols and native festivities into political statements. So how did Christmas become culture war tool? Here is a report by Jyoti Shukla.
Christmas is supposed to be about joy, faith, and family. But across Europe, it is being turned into a political weapon. What was once a religious and cultural celebration is now the newest battleground in the far right's cultural war. From Italy to Germany, far right parties are claiming Christmas as proof that Europe's Christian civilization is under threat. They say secularism, immigration, and so-called wokeness are trying to erase tradition, and they present themselves as last defenders of Christmas. President Donald Trump openly claimed he brought back the phrase Merry Christmas, framing it as defiance against political correctness. Now European far-right leaders are using the same playbook. In Italy, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has made Christmas central to her political image. She defends nativity scenes in public spaces and warns against changing traditions to avoid offending minorities. Her party, Brothers of Italy, even hosts a massive Christmas-themed political festival, blending Santa Claus, skating rinks, and nationalism. In France, Marine Le Pen's national rally campaigns for nativity scenes in town halls. Spain's Vox does the same. In Germany, the AfD claims the Christmas markets are losing their German character, often spreading misleading claims about Muslim influence. But here's the key point. Most of these leaders are not deeply religious, and many of their voters are not practicing Christians. And by wrapping politics in lights, carols, and traditions, the far right makes its message feel softer, warmer, and harder to challenge. With Jyoti Shukla, Bureau Report, India Today.
US President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump fielding questions from children on Christmas Eve about NORAD's annual Santa tracker, which tracks Santa's journey across the globe. Trump and the First Lady answered questions from children eager to know when Santa would arrive in their town, whether they should give him cookies, and even why a tracker was necessary.
So, and what do you want from Santa?
How are you? Oh, that's a hard one. Hello? For me, I'd probably most want a Kindle this year.
You want what?
A Kindle.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. Well, you must be a high IQ person. We need more high IQ people in the country. So, we definitely need more high IQ.
And that's all we have in this bulletin. Take care and good night.